In 1982, the world of firearms was a landscape dominated by established names, with designs often tracing their lineage back decades. Handguns were largely heavy, all-steel constructions, meticulously machined and assembled with a certain old-world craftsmanship. Then, from an unexpected corner of Austria, a new contender emerged. Gaston Glock, an engineer and businessman, was not a gunsmith. His company, Glock GmbH, specialized in producing polymer and steel components, curtain rods, field knives for the Austrian military. When the Austrian armed forces announced trials for a new service pistol, Glock saw an opportunity, not to refine an existing design, but to build something entirely new from the ground up, using the materials and manufacturing principles he knew best. This was a radical departure from the norm. The established firearms industry was taken by complete surprise when Glock, a man with no prior firearm design experience, entered the competition. He assembled a team of pistol experts from military, police, and civilian shooting circles, and meticulously studied military requirements, approaching the problem as an engineer, not a tradition-bound gunsmith. The result was a prototype pistol unlike anything before, minimalist, angular, largely polymer. At the heart of the Glock 17's success was radical simplicity. While other pistols often featured well over 60 parts, Glock's design was composed of only 34. Fewer parts meant fewer failure points and simplified manufacturing, a product of Gaston Glock's engineering background. It became incredibly easy to disassemble, clean, and maintain in the field. No manual thumb safeties, grip safeties, or decockers to complicate operation, designed to run under stress. The polymer frame was the most striking feature, not the first, as H&K's VP70 showed, but Glock made it mainstream. Proprietary polymer 2 withstood extreme temperatures, impacts, and harsh chemicals while keeping weight low. An unloaded Glock 17 is around 25 ounces, a relief versus 40-ounce all-steel classics. Mechanically, the safe action system, striker fired, no external hammer. A partially tensioned striker released by the trigger. 3 independent safeties disengage as you pull the trigger, re-engaging upon release. Trigger safety, firing pin safety, and drop safety. Glock 17 refers to Gaston Glock's 17th patent, though its 17-round magazine was a major advantage. High capacity, low weight, mechanical simplicity, and inherent safety delivered a utilitarian pistol built purely for function. Following its adoption by the Austrian military, the Glock quickly drew international attention, Norway among the first to follow. The turning point came with America's vast law enforcement market in the mid-80s. Most departments still carried 6-shot .38 revolvers. The shift to semi-autos was hampered by complexity and cost. Glock's simple, consistent trigger made retraining easier than DASA pistols with decockers and external safeties. Trials showed legendary reliability, guns running after ice, mud, even vehicles rolling over them. The 1986 FBI Miami shootout highlighted revolver and early 9mm shortcomings, spurring higher capacity adoption. Glock's 17-round 9mm fit the moment. Soon came 40 S&W models tailored for law enforcement. The Glock 22 became one of America's most issued police handguns. By the early 90s, Glock dominated, from Miami-Dade to NYPD and numerous federal agencies, UK, Brazil, Australia, worldwide adoptions, backed by aggressive marketing, strong support, and armorer training. The plastic gun, once dismissed as a toy, had become the global standard for service pistols. With the Glock 17's success, the company expanded. Same principles across sizes and calibers. A true family. Shared manual of arms, reliability, ease of maintenance, and smart interchangeability. Carry a full-size Glock 17 on duty, a compact off-duty. No new system to learn. In 1988, the Glock 19. Shorter barrel and grip, easier to conceal. 15-round capacity. Beloved by law enforcement, special operations, and civilians. A do-it-all pistol. 1995 brought the Baby Glock 26, 10-round subcompact that accepts larger mags. Larger frames for bigger cartridges, Glock 20 in 10mm auto, 21 in 45 ACP. Gen 2 to Gen 5. Finger grooves removed, improved textures, enhanced internals. Long slide competition models like the 34. Slimline concealed carry like 43, 43X, and 48. Calibers spanned 380 ACP, 357 SIG, 45 gap. A vast, interconnected ecosystem. Whatever the mission or preference, there's almost certainly a Glock designed to meet the need. Before Glock, metal frame hammer-fired pistols ruled. Glock's rise forced competitors into polymer, striker-fired designs. The Glock 17 validated a new philosophy. Combat Tupperware became a badge of practicality. Smith & Wesson M&P, Springfield XD, H&K VP9, Sig Sauer P320, all in the new paradigm. Competition brought a golden age of reliable, lightweight, affordable service pistols. 15-plus rounds became baseline, point-and-shoot interfaces without external safeties gained favor. Glock set efficiency standards. High quality at accessible cost. On film, TV, and in video games, the Glock silhouette is iconic. Glock even became shorthand for modern pistols. Customer, off-screen, Glock. Today, recruits see polymer, striker-fired pistols as standard, once an impossibly radical idea. Glock's foundation sparked industry-wide innovation. Better, safer, more capable handguns for everyone. No revolution comes without controversy and misinformation. The Glock is no exception. Myth: plastic guns are invisible to X-rays and metal detectors. Fact: false. A Glock is roughly 80% metal by weight. Critics decried the lack of a manual safety, misunderstanding the Safe Action's 3 automatic safeties that block firing unless the trigger is pulled. Safety ultimately resides with the user. Keep your finger off the trigger until ready to fire. Early Glock leg incidents stemmed from inadequate training. Fingers or fabric in the trigger guard during holstering. Agencies doubled down on the 4 universal rules. Treat every gun as loaded. Muzzle in a safe direction. Finger off trigger. Know your target and beyond. As training evolved with the tech, professional fears subsided. Properly trained, users are as safe with a Glock as any modern firearm. More than 40 years after Austria's trials, Glock remains dominant, refined through 5 generations, yet instantly familiar. Top choice for many military and law enforcement units worldwide. A civilian market cornerstone with massive aftermarket. Glock proved polymer frames and striker-fired actions could define the era. Its stark silhouette still casts a long shadow over modern firearms.